What's going on, YouTube? It's that black dude, and I'm back again. Little bit of somewhat breaking news. I don't know what to call it. But Trump has owned the media with this whole immigration crisis and the kids being separated and all of that. The news coming out talking about it is his policy to separating the little kids. Trump is a freaking genius. The guy is a genius. And Rush Limbaugh predicted, Rush is a genius too. He predicted somebody was going to sue him over this executive order. And this ain't going to be too long. Let me tell you why Trump is a genius. Alright? And let's go ahead and dive into it, alright? I didn't talk too much. I'm fiddling around. I mean, I'm just proud the way this here is playing out, man. I'm just amazed. So anyway, news media have been saying that it's Trump's fault the kids are getting separated, okay? Real news media, which is generally the radio, and I'm talking like Rush, Sean Hannity, Michael Savage, Mark Levin, other folks like that, real media. They pointed out how these laws have been around and that, you know, kids, because of the law, cannot remain in those detention centers for more than 20 days. Due to the law that's been around for like more than 20 years. Well, mainstream media, again, they blame Trump for it, said it's his policy to separate the kids. The Republicans are evil. They don't care. They're holding them in cages and all of that. And Trump even said that there's a law, you know, stopping him from doing the things that he wanted to do. They didn't like the law that he was enforcing, and they need to go to Congress and change it. But the news is like, there's no law preventing you from keeping those families together. Well, Lord behold, after all the outrage of the media that Trump do something about this here, Trump goes and he writes the executive order, and about 30 minutes later somebody sues him over the executive order. Somebody sued him over the executive order 30 minutes after he wrote it. And the news media was happy about it. They're happy. Because they were pissed that he did it. Now they have to be like, I can't believe he did it. He's doing something about it, but he ain't doing it good enough. He's writing an executive order to overturn his policy of separating family. I think Tucker Carlson said something similar to that. And he said, I remember Tucker Carlson said that Trump said that only Congress could do something about it, but there he is doing an executive action. We may not have used those exact words, but that's the gist of it. Well, CNN goes to have somebody explaining the lawsuit. And when he was explaining the lawsuit, the guy brought up the Flores Act. I believe that's the name of it, the Flores Act. I hope I'm saying that's the right, as the right name. But he talked about that act and mentioned that the act was over 20 years old. Now CNN don't just broadcast here in America, it's worldwide. They had this panelist on, whoever it was, a lawyer or the person who was suing him. And he brought up the Flores Act. And he mentioned how it was 20 years old and that the kids could not be held in those detention centers for more than 20 days. Even if their parents were held in there longer, the kids had to be let go. And that was the law. And that the executive order could not circumvent the law. So, by Trump signing that executive order and somebody coming along to sue him, he just exposed the news media for the liars that they are. He freed himself of any wrongdoing as far as it being his fault that those kids are being separated. He's enforcing the law. You can't pick and choose what laws you want to enforce or not. And he's enforcing the law. He said Congress needs to do something about it. And people need to, talk to Congress about changing the law. And that, he was exactly right. So he freed himself of any wrongdoing. He exposed the media for the liars. For the liars that they are. He exposed that there was already an act that was created by the Democrats that would have those families to be separated. Another thing is that a lot of them, the family separation occurs when they decide to send the child over here alone in the first place. But anyway, that's it for that, man. Trump's a freaking genius. He's a genius. He knew that executive order wouldn't do anything, and he signed it anyway and exposed the left for who they are. Rock on. Peace out.